Okay, so Manor Lords, the developer has very kindly given me access to play this early. Now, first things first, I'm going to put my logo as my crest. So KIA, there we go, Know It All Gaming. It is my crest. Now let's change my name. So what are we going to put it as? Of course, it's going to be Know It All Gaming. Bit of a weird name for a Lord of the Manor, but hey, that's what we're going to go with. Now, which picture to use? Interesting. Bald guy. Well, I'm not bald, and I'm not that young. Okay, that guy. Yeah, I think maybe this guy. Let's just have a look at some of the others. Again, young. But again, my logo, which I think is fantastic, they gave me some special information for what I needed to do in Photoshop to do that. So I have my own crest, which is fantastic. Now, game setup. We have template difficulty of relaxing, default and challenging. We are going to go with default. Off-map adversary present, AI aggressive, balanced, raider frequency medium, raider free years 2. Initial bandit camp, so there's loads and loads of configurability on this, which I am absolutely loving. Starting season, so we can play around with how the game starts, everything else, armament delivery, residential requirements, approval, well placement, and weather events. So lots and lots of stuff. Now at the top we have scenario templates, so there's 3 different scenarios. And we have default, so restoring the peace, rise to prosperity, so that's more for if you just want to build a large settlement without any combat, and on the edge is more of a combat focus. So restoring the peace is kind of the balanced one in the middle, and I thought that would probably be the most logical one to choose. Now again, I'm probably going to restart anyway, because this is just my first look at the game. How it works, what you do and everything else, and you can see I make some early mistakes as well as we're going through, but again I'm going to highlight everything that I've seen and liked and everything else, and it's awesome. This is not a review, by the way, it is literally just me playing the game. So here we go, we've got a new message. What's the message? Build up your town, your manor, and when ready, press claims towards regions owned by your opponents. Once a claim has been pressed, be ready for battle. Okay, I'll unite these lands. So we start with this, a hitching post. We have some supplies, and we have a little tent encampment of our homeless people. So construction, what do we have? Okay, so we have a logging camp. Be sure to check all the resource deposits as well as investigate the soil fertility before deciding on the direction of your town. If your region has weak fertility, consider trade. Okay, so saw pit, woodcutter's lodge, forester's hut, hunting camp and forager hut for berries. Okay, so there's a couple of food sources, meat and berries. Burridge plot. Okay, so this is our housing, so a burridge plot, and it's flexible, so we can choose the size. And it will snap to roads and buildings to try and create an organic shape. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Okay, so what do we do then? Okay, so we click again, click again. Yeah, about there, that'll do. And over here, oh, that's clearly too small. Okay, so if we right click, what does that do? There we go. If you make it up, that's a bit bigger. Okay, so there we go. And there we go. Okay, so that's for 2 places. Let's make it even bigger. Okay, so across an 8 wood that's going to cost, but it will create 4 plots. I wonder if that's space for a tool shed at the back. Or it's unnecessary space. Now, what I didn't realise was you had to click on the hammer to actually build it. So that, you'll notice, has disappeared. So we currently have no homes. We have farmhouse, we've got marketplace, the well. So let's try and actually put down the well. There we go. So that'll get constructed. What else do we have? A wooden church, a corpse pit. Nice. Okay. Unassigned families work on construction automatically. Okay, so that means we need at least 1 family to be able to construct our buildings. We can't assign everyone to jobs. Okay, so that's our supplies. We have road as well. take a moment, so feel free to change the game speed if you feel like it. Okay, well, you know me, if you've watched any of my other content, we tend to run games on high or ultra speed just to get stuff done. But this is actually the first time I think I've run the majority of this on a regular speed. So logging camp, we're definitely going to need some more wood. Okay. Now, the one lesson I learnt from this is to maybe start planning ahead of time with roads to actually do your stuff. So now this is the next building, which is the woodcutter's lodge. So we've got a logging camp and a woodcutter's lodge. So two obviously logical buildings that you want fairly close to each other, probably for transport purposes. Now that arrow is the road connection. So again, I wasn't... it's my first look at the game, but look at above that, look at the graphics. Now I'm going to do some camera angles later on in the video and everything else just to show you guys how amazing this looks. Now I thought the arrow was for resource direction, so which way the people were going. I learnt later as I'm playing along, which you will see, that that is its road connection point. So again, Forester's Hut, we've got that built as well. So yes, it's just really cool. I'm absolutely loving it, I can't lie. So we've now got this forager's hut, so for berries. Again, I've pointed the entrance in completely the wrong direction, but again, fine. And a hunting lodge, well, we'll go and put that down over near the road over here. There we go. So we're basically putting down everything that we can see just to make sure we've got one of everything, and we've not enough goods now, so we need to start getting some more wood, which we don't currently have. Our nice little homeless people's tents, so clearly we need those burridge plots so they can actually build some houses for themselves. Okay, so again, just looking around all the different bits and pieces and interactions. So here we go, roads. Okay, so we can build roads. I mean, you see the little graphics from even those little videos that are there. And look, we have all these contact points. Oh, okay. And I've built the buildings the wrong way round. Fantastic. Okay, well, we can connect those. And we can connect up to there, so that's fine. And then just hit build, maybe. There we go, and then go off to the side here. Let's connect to that one as well and build that. Then build off of here and then connect up to the road up here maybe. There we go, that'll do. Hit the build hammer. Okay, so there's no construction requirements on roads, they just happen, which is pretty cool. That I think is a bit of a short distance, so let's connect to there and there. There we go. We're going to have a bit of a spaghetti junction going on here in the middle, but that's fine. And this is where we probably could have done a little bit of a different layout, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. Okay, I've heard of your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and my honour against those who would wrong me. I hope you will not judge me by the rumours and slanders that some may spread about me. Right back. So, Von Breton, you have no rightful claim to Selbitz and Hofstein. Negotiation. Declaration. War surprise. Okay, so I don't think we need to actually send a response to this guy at the moment. I mean, you can use rhetoric, but yeah, you have no rightful claim. I think we'll just leave that as is, close. But this is now our region map, and I will show you later that this is actually something that you can zoom out to, which is pretty cool. Again, later in the game, you will see, which I really like, that as you zoom out, the map transitions to like a strategic map, and then you can zoom back in and it turns back into the actual game again, which is pretty cool. So, livestock workforce is shared because we've currently only got one ox, that's fine. Now we need to actually assign a family to this logging camp, so there we go, so now they will start working. And we have 10 people, so again, these buildings are being constructed. And of course we need to get some more road in, so let's connect some road up. Okay, well we need to go all the way round, don't we? So, okay, well let's go to here, round, and then up to the front of there. There we go, build hammer, lovely stuff. And the other thing we need to connect, of course, is this. So let's connect it to the main road, and then let's put another connection from the main road up to here, and that's for our hunting lodge. Okay, so everything now is connected. The next thing, of course, we need is the actual burridge plots, because we've got no homes for anyone yet. And our resources are also sat out in the open, which I presume will not be good if it rains. Because we don't want soggy bread, do we? But look at the... I mean, this is awesome. It is awesome. So again, we've got our woodcutter's lodge, so let's assign a family. There we go. Construction finished on the forester's hut as well. You can actually assign more families, so we've assigned 2. And then we can assign 1 here as well to the forester's hut, or 2. But it is families that get assigned, not individual people. So I find out later on that if you over-assign, there's nobody left for construction. And as you can see, the 5 families are still without homes. So we have a granary and a storehouse. Now both of these are our storage requirements. So we're going to need to build one of each of these. Again, I looked and didn't build them immediately. So what I will be doing, of course, is a perfect start series for this game. I'm going to fully understand all of the mechanics, how everything works, get a really good feel for the game, and then start a perfect start series on this. So to give you a good heads up on what to do at the beginning of the game, how best to develop everything to put yourself on a good footing, leading all the way through, of course, to conquering other regions and conflict and battles that ensue. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. As I said, it's not just graphics on this game, it's the playability. And it's one of those things in games. You can have the best graphics in the world, but if the gameplay doesn't match up to the graphics, then not great. But look at this, we've got all these resources over here as well. So we've got clay, we've got a hunting spot, we've got stone over here, and then clearly some precious minerals in the ground as well. Now that region map that we saw, these are the other regions that you can see the borders of. So it is all in one playable area. And clearly there are other factions that are in those territories that we will need to proceed across. Okay, so again, let's put another family into the logging camp because we're out of logging resources. Unassigned families needed for construction work. Forager hut. Okay, so we now have too many families assigned. So let's de-assign 1 from the woodcutter's lodge because that's for making fuel, and leave 2 in the logging camp for now. We've got our homeless camp still, and our forager's hut isn't built yet, but we do have a nice berry deposit for food. So again, the usual requirements: you need food, of course, you need water, and then we progress from that point forwards. But what I also do is go slightly nuts and build everything, just so you guys can see it. It might not be functional because I don't have enough families in the village to actually get everyone working, but that is also fine. So our forester is rocking away. This guy is crafting firewood from our wood. And the game does have an autosave, so that was an autosave that was being done. And we've got these guys debranching trees, felling a tree, debranching a tree, so we should start getting some more wood. You can give a permanent livestock assignment, so you can assign the animal to it permanently, but of course that would prevent it being used for anything else, so I don't think we want to do that. Again, there's the seasons, so spring, summer, autumn and winter, with that little frozen icon. Consumption doubled and lack of firewood might cause freezing. Sheep shearing is forbidden during the winter. Of course it's forbidden. But again, so it is seasonal as well, so you have to pay attention to all of that. I just noticed our road doesn't actually connect across, which is a bit silly. So let's put some wood up here. Some wood? A road? And then connect it over here and build it. There we go. And I love the fact that you can't quite connect across, so we can start making it look fairly silly. So let's create another connection over there. Then what we could do is make another connection from here up to that midpoint, like that, build that, and as I said, there we go, we've officially got the world's first spaghetti junction in medieval times. Just so our ox can get around better. Again, homelessness, so we've still got 5 homeless families, and oh look, we never actually clicked build on the burridge plots, so let's build another one. Now at least we actually have the road in place, so it has snap marks, so you can see the snap marks, and we'll build that across and out, and then what it will tell us that we don't have enough wood. There we go. So we don't have enough wood to build 4. We do have enough for them at that tiny angle, but let's make it a bit smaller. So let's get rid of our snap point and let's make it a bit smaller. There we go. That's enough for 2. And click the hammer in the middle. There we go. Okay, so our first 2 burrage plots or housing has now been defined and will get constructed. And our people will actually start having places to live. So our well is there, of course, so we've got our water. What else do we need? Well, we need a storehouse and we need a granary. But at the moment, of course, we don't have the resources, so we do need to wait. Let's see, can we build the storehouse? Oh, yes we can. Okay, so where do we want to place it? I think over here would do. Maybe move it a bit up so we can potentially put another building next to it there. So we've got a pack station, set up a barter connection, allowing you to send and receive goods between this and other regions. Okay, cool. What else do we have? Bloomery, smithy. Oh, wow. Okay. Clay furnace, malt house, tannery, weaver workshop, and dyer's workshop. Okay, cool. So that is going to be for beer, so for ale, for clothing, and some other stuff. Now we've got farming. Okay. Okay. So we have fertility. Okay. So we have the grounds fertility. So we could probably declare a field over here somewhere. Let's see how this works. Plot points. Okay, so what we got there? 2. Okay, and let's put it over here. 3 out of 4. 0.4 Morgan is the size of the field. So I guess that's quite small. Maybe the fields in this need to be absolutely massive. But we also have a farm, which I guess we need that so that the people then go and work on the fields. Which makes sense. So you have a farmhouse. Those farmers then go out and work on the fields. And obviously grow crops. We will have a look at that a little bit later. Again, this footage runs to about 45 minutes, I think it is. So it was kind of my first, just less than an hour of playing the game. Yes, so farmhouse employs families who work the fields. The workforce is distributed proportionally in accordance with the field's set priority level. When crops are growing, they absorb nutrient from the soil, temporarily lowering its fertility. So you have to leave fields in fallow, like in real life. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little detail. So you would run your fields in rotation. So you would have crops in one field, then you would have another field in fallow, and if you manage it correctly, you would ensure that you always have fields that are available for cropping. So if you, as an example, set all of your fields in one go to a crop, the following year you'd be screwed because you would need them in fallow and you wouldn't be able to grow any new resources. That's pretty cool. I like that. So that's a very good attention to detail. Okay, so again, our forager hut nearly built because we want to get some berries. Oh, it's all about the berries and the meat. It's the traditional medieval diet of berries and meat. And that's why, of course, we're all so unhealthy these days, because we have masses and masses of ultra-processed foods. We should just all be going out into the forests, picking some berries, going and killing an animal, skinning it, harvesting it, and having a nice dinner of meat and berries. And then we'd only live to about 40 years old before we'd be dead. Which, of course, would make me almost a geriatric. Oh, lovely stuff. So again, we've connected up our farmhouse now to road, and this is where I'm literally building everything, and we do not have enough people. So as I do my perfect start series for this game, which I will be doing, it will be how to build and be successful. Whereas this is just more of a showcase. I just want to show this game to you. Because at the end of the day, as I said, it's epic. I love it. It's the detail, the graphics. Wait till I start doing some camera angles. Now I've got an NVIDIA RTX 4080, and the rig that I use for creating my content is brand new. So it's the latest Core i9, and on top of that, I use an M2 SSD for the games to run. So yes, we should be able to see this in its full glory. So water access, church level, fuel stall, food stall, clothing stall. Ah, market. Market. We have not thought about a market. Okay, where would it be? Trading post, livestock trading post. What else have we got? So what's under here? Settlers camp. Okay, well we've already got that. What else do we have? Well, marketplace. There it is. Okay. Ah, right. So define. Okay. Well, in that case, we might as well declare this little central area. Can we do it with a unique snap to? Is it gonna? There we go. So what's that? 4 places. Ah, here we go. Supply and demand. A well-supplied marketplace is the lifeblood of your town. Assigned families will set up stalls automatically as long as there's enough space on the market. Okay, cool. So there's what, like 4 slots there, or 2. We might need to build more. But we also have church that we don't have the resources for at the moment. And the tavern. Now, of course, the tavern is going to be a key building, as we know. Back in the medieval times, it was actually safer to drink ale than it was water a lot of the time. So, you know, that you would sometimes have a diet that consisted of just ale, with water being a, oh cool, it snaps around the corner. Ah, now that's more like it. That's a nice big market spot. So that can be the centre of our town going forwards. Oh yes, you'll hear the little voices in the background. Cracked me up. Absolutely cracked me up. If you just zoom in and just listen to them talking, some of the stuff that they come out with is absolutely hilarious. It really is. I was chuckling away to myself. A guy going, "Oh, the guy tried to cut off my nipple. It wasn't very nice. It was a rather horrible experience." Just made me laugh. Okay, so these burridge plots, they need to be constructed, but we do have 4, so we've got 2 built. So you can see we've only got 3 homeless families now, which is good. But we do need 1 more burridge plot, because we've got 2 more being built. So we need to define some more, I think. We've got the marketplace there, we've got the well up there. I'm sure we can add another well, that's fine. But this is where I think when I go through this again, I will do a bit more town planning, rather than just slapping stuff down wherever I felt like it without really thinking about long-term practicality of what I was doing. Now there's no like defined town centre or anything else. There's no mandatory building that dictates kind of the middle of your settlement, which is cool, because that means it's completely unrestrictive and it's completely down to you how you build everything, which is the way it should be. It gives you full choice. So construction finished, burridge plot level 1, and we've now got another family in there, so we've got another one to build, so we are going to need at least 1 more burridge plot. And did we get a notification that our stock was getting soaked? I think we did. Exposed goods, yeah. So granary. Okay, so yes, we do need a granary. So the general storehouse that I built will not store food, so we need a granary. Let's rotate that round. Oh, yep, it'll fit there. Okay, so there we go, granary. So once that's constructed, all of our food will be moved. And if you look, there are actually 2 market stalls there already as well, which is really cool, in that little market area that we defined. And look at this, right, so if you zoom in, I mean, you've got the rain and the weather, the little campsite there, the field in the distance. The field of view is really cool as well, so if we now go for a more of a distance shot, and again on the houses, and the market stalls, and the little storage yard, and going across, it's awesome, I love it. Oh, we never assigned, no unassigned families to guide the ox. Okay, right. We've got 1 person there in the woodcutter's lodge. We haven't got anyone in the forester's hut now. So this is where we need to start being careful. So the woodcutter has a stall. The logging camp doesn't, but we need the wood. They have a stall as well. Okie dokie. So I think what we need to do is unassign potentially someone from somewhere, maybe the hunting lodge that we just created, But we also need more of these burrage plots so that we can have more housing. So let's define some more housing. Yep, straight up to that border. Okay, so, and across maybe to there. No? No? Okay. Doesn't like that. Okay, well, it likes it this way, so okay, let's go. Okay, no, so two more plots. Okay, let's redefine the area again and make it a little bit smaller. There we go, and across. There we go. Okay, 2 plots, and boom, there we go. So 2 more plots have been defined, but again, we don't have anyone to do any construction. Now, again, I didn't notice this as I was playing, so I continued to define stuff and everything else, and then wondered why stuff wasn't being built, even though there's a nice red warning up there with a hammer telling me that nothing can be constructed. Okay, so market food variety +2, homelessness -2. Okay, so we have population growth and morale as well. So had we managed this better at the beginning, we would have better morale and we would probably start bringing in more families a bit quicker. But again, we're going to see everything. Well, the majority of everything for the beginning as we carry on, and just the overall gameplay is, I love it. As I said, this is fantastic. And the fact I've got my own logo for my family crest as well for my channel, I think that's pretty cool as well. It's a small detail, but it's cool. So homeless people's tents, I think it's probably a good idea to leave that potentially permanently in your town, or maybe destroy it at some point once everyone's got housing. So again, Woodcutter's Lodge, that's doing nice. We've got our marketplace. And again, tavern. Yeah, we're a bit away from building a tavern, but we could put down another well potentially, because we've got the well there. So I think maybe we should put one over here next to these houses, because it's then another location that we can expand. So let's get that put in. And it automatically uses the overlays for you as well. So you can see you've got emmer, flax, barley, rye. You can look at smell, fire hazard, and everything else, which would be quite cool. And again, so we've got our marketplace. The only thing we haven't got at the moment is a tavern, but there's no point in having a tavern because we can't make ale. We don't have anything to make ale. We do have a sheep farm that we haven't put down, so we will get one of those in. And I think that probably needs some grazing land. And you have windmill, which converts grain to flour for making bread, because there's the communal oven, which will then make bread. So I think we'll put in a windmill. Yeah, next to the farm. That's a good location, isn't it? Next to the farm. 98% efficiency there as well. Efficiency up. So that was actually clearly the perfect location for the windmill, just by pure blind luck. So here we go. So emmer fertility, flax fertility, barley, rye, and then you've got smell and fire hazard. Underground water, no overlay. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that you can go over those and have a look. So rye, and then if you click on the field, it's currently in fallow, and we can plant wheat, barley. So let's go with wheat. Stocks damaged by weather. So yeah, wheat. And then you've got crop rotation. So if you enable crop rotation, what it will allow you to do is change. So if we click into the box, and I'll show you this, it's cool. So you leave it fallow in the second year, and then in the third year you then plant another crop. So this is where you need to have your crop rotation. So your next field, you would have the reverse process. You'd have fallow, crop, fallow, and the same. So you would try to have a balance of fields that are growing your crops, so that you would rotate them well enough that you have a constant supply of food. Now these houses are being built, so we will have everyone with a home soon. Okay, they've got a stall, so we can't reassign them. Foresters, we haven't got any at the moment, so the loggers are still cutting everything down. Again, some pasture. So this will be if we have a sheep farm. So let's decide where we want a pasture plot. So I think here, this nice big open area. Okay. I wonder if it's a limit of 4. Let's find out. Yes, plot points 3 of 4, 4 of 4. So, you could build that, but that's not a very nice shaped field, is it? I think we'll right click. There we go, let's right click off and let's actually make it a more defined... Oh, okay, cool, you could curve it all the way around. Okay, let's make a generic square. There we go, build. Nice, and it puts the fence around automatically as well. Cool. And then you can have a sheep farm. And the sheep farm we can put next to the field. That's a logical location. Nice. So now we've got some houses, a sheep farm, a windmill, a farm. We've got our logging camp, our woodcutters, our forester. We've got our granary, which is being constructed. We've got our storage yard. We've got our hunter's hut. And we've got our forager for berries. The foundations of the beginning of a nice little town. Now again, as I said before earlier in the video, I will do a perfect start series for this. I will try and crack the mechanics on usual gameplay, so leaving all the settings as normal, and also combat as well, of course, because that's something I haven't even looked at. Because the first 2 years are combat free, which gives you enough time to build up your town, which is a good idea. But we will select our first military units before the end of the episode, so the foundations of beginning to build an army. So we have stonecutter and mining. Now obviously that needs to be built a considerable distance away from our town, so it'll be interesting to see how that works, but I haven't done that in this episode. Okay, so just looking around, seeing what, so pack station for our barter connection, and again we've got that, so we might as well put it down. Where do we want it? Yeah, I mean there's a fairly logical place for it. It's automatically snapping to the road, so there we go. And then we also have another one there with a picture of the ox, which I presume is for getting some additional oxen. We've got a trading post as well, so this is going to be worth building, because we're definitely going to want to be doing some trade. Now, where do we want to put it? On the main road or in our town? Good question. Where do we want to put it? Come one, come all, feast your eyes on my lovely wares. It's that common English... It's that common English from the medieval times. We all used to talk like this, isn't it? But yes, as I said, I love the little voices in the background. It's really cool. So we've got the firewood stall, the hitching post, our burridge plots. So we still have 2 people homeless because those houses haven't finished yet. And now this has got water access, good access to trade because of the marketplace. So... good stuff. Now we're in June, so we're now in the summer. We haven't, of course, started a crop or anything else, so we could be struggling. But I'm going to guess that our food, so our foraging and our hunting, will be enough to survive us over the first year. There we go. Road. Let's connect up to the main road, because obviously that road goes off across the region and to other areas. So again, I think that's something that I logically decided would be a good thing to do, to have everything connected up. And again, I will do another video just with a perfect start series. That's how I will start doing the content for this game. So you guys can then follow along if you're struggling with anything, just for the help. Because that's why I love doing this kind of content. Okay, come on, burridge plots. Expose stocks. Yeah, because it's not finished yet. Okay, can't get rid of that. It's got a stall. Right, the hunting hut doesn't. Right. Resource stolen by the nearby bandits. Ah, okay. And I think that was some skins there by the looks of it. So again, just looking across everything, let's get rid of people from the logging camp. to give us an extra family, because at the end of the day, at the moment, we've got all of the resources that we need to construct everything. So let's have a couple of families working on construction. So the well's now been finished. There we go. We've got people building stuff now. Nice. Okay. So we've got quite a bit that still needs to be built, but that's fine. All of the resources are already in the buildings, so we don't need to worry about that. Now the granary should get finished as well. So burridge plot level 1 finished. Lovely. So now we've only got one family homeless. These should finish momentarily. Family members join one of the settlers. Burridge plot level 1. Nice. So we've now got additional people coming into the town as well. That's what we want.
Step right up and sample.
Okay. Okay, so the trading post is being built now, as is our granary. So finally our foodstuffs can actually get stored. But look at this. Look at this view. Look. With the hills in the background, the trees, the draw distance is immense. Oh, it just looks so nice.
Feast your eyes on our fine selection.
Feast your eyes on our fine selection of views in the distance. I mean, the mountains off in the distance, that's really cool. I mean, you can take some really nice photos with this to have as your background or whatever on your PC. And of course the gameplay rocks as well. So graphically it's amazing, gameplay amazing. And again, for this first look, I was very impressed. I mean, this isn't a review of the game, but I love it. I do, absolutely love it. So, okay, so the burridge plots are now being built, so we're actually going to have every family in a home, and we're not going to have any red messages up at the top. This is heavier than it looks, is it? Okay, we'll just keep building, guys. Come on, I want a reasonable sized house, town. As we approach the end of this video, we will do some nice view shots and everything else. So burridge plots, let's put in some more. Why not? Where do we want to put them? Off the back of here? Yeah, that makes sense. Nice little burridge plots. There we go. That's enough for 2. And clicky and buildy. There we go. So get some more houses built. Hey, settlement level increase. To get more population, you need to have enough empty burridge plots, and your approval needs to be over 50%. Okay. Strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has just arrived, and you will now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we will need more weapons to equip everyone. Okay, cool. So, army, click plus, create new units. What do we want to go with? Well, footmen are probably the best things to start with. Spear militia, polearm militia, and archer militia. Okay, so we're probably going to want to go with footmen to begin with. Okay, cool. You created your first militia unit. The male villagers will be evenly distributed between all militia units. They will then try to find the required equipment. The weapon and shield depends on the unit type, while the maximum quality of body armour and helmet depends on the villager's residential level. Okay, cool. So we could then add another unit if we wanted to, so some archers maybe. So we've got footmen and archers to back them up. If we're using traditional medieval tactics, then you're going to want a front row of your armed guys and then archers behind. And we've got a point. Okay, right. Specialise your region. Okay, be granted a development point to spend. So we've got, in effect, we've got a research tree as well. Oh, cool. What have we got? Trade logistics. Foreign suppliers. Sheep breeding. Sheep grazing on the pastures slowly multiply. Okay. Heavy plough. Apple orchard. Okay, cool. So that introduces a new food type. What else we got? Trapping. Enables hunters to skillfully lay traps in the forest, which give a passive income of meat. Ooh. Doubles the capacity of berries. Oh, beekeeping. Well, you need that for mead at some point. I would guarantee we will have mead at some point. Yes, I can see. Okay, so what else? Basic armour making and charcoal burning. Okay, making refueling twice as efficient. Okay, what are we going to go with? Let's go with trapping. Let's have a passive meat income. And we've got policies. So we've got development, policies and production. Okay, so this is going to be well fleshed out. There's a lot of detail. I am loving the amount of detail that is in this. There's the surface level of stuff, the actual overall look, the gameplay and the graphics, and then there's a lot deeper layers to this as well. So our windmill's coming along nicely. That final burridge plot, let's speed up the game, mid-speed. No need to rush it. Come on. Finish the windmill. Here we go, come on. Okay, we just got some more family members, so we're up to 15 people in our town now, 5 families. We've got space for 3 more, by the looks of it. 49% approval rating. Okay, so hopefully we'll get that above 50% when the next month goes past, into July. New mercenary companies are available as well, whatever that is. So I presume we can hire mercenaries. Okay, cool. Hey, windmill finished. Nice. And again, it has storage in it. We've got our pasture space, so now we're waiting for our lovely little sheep farm to be constructed. And again, you can see that the woodcutter's lodge cutting everything down, so we are going to need to put someone in the forester's hut at some point. Okay, so water access for them, but not much else. That's fine. Granary, we've got our storage, and our storage, 182 out of 250. Magic, so that's got stuff in it. And looking good. I think it's time for some camera angles. I think it's time to soak in the beauty of this game. Yeah, we still need to put people back into our woodcutter's hut, of course. And that happiness, come on. Put us up to 50. We're in July. 15 people in our town. We've got space for 50%. There we go. Controls overall population growth. And construction finished on our sheep farm. Yes. There we go. Nice little sheep farm. We've got this burridge plot that's going to be constructed. And then we're going to have space for more families to come into our town and continue our development journey. But again, I will start again and actually think a little bit about planning this time, rather than just spaffing everything down wherever I felt like it. Yes, I will do a bit more planning and a bit more pace of growth. I think we'll do stuff in a bit more of a calculated manner in the series that I do from my perfect start, rather than just, ooh, shiny, put it down, see what it does. Ooh, shiny, put it down, see what it does. I mean, I think I literally built the majority of everything in this first video. But again, that's excitement. Doesn't mean it's functional, doesn't mean it's going to work. We could end up losing everyone. Let's put a family back in, because we've now got 6 families, see? We've got an extra family. Whoop, whoop. Unassigned families are needed for construction. Damn. Okay. So we haven't actually got the extra family, and we still have to wait for them to arrive. So technically we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings without anyone working in them. So clearly you have to pace yourself, but now here we go. Look at this. Just look. I mean, you can just enjoy looking at this as you're rotating the camera around and everything else. Farmhouse still not constructed. Come on, guys. I know there's no one to build it now, but just having a look at everything as I rotate the camera. But again, just look at it. It's a joy to look at. It really is. So everyone, if you zoom out, there we go. Look at this. You go to your map. Nice. And there are all the surrounding areas that you can see. And look how far you can expand. Plenty of potential. Zoom back in. Bang. Back into it again. And that's it for Manor Lords, everyone. All it leaves me to say, of course, as usual, is good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And from me, Know It All Gaming, as we look at these deposits, good night, and see you on the next episode.